I'm Carl Ragavan, Europe's original starting strength coach. Back in the kitchen, let's do some carbonara. So, this isn't traditional carbonara, but the one thing you definitely have to do is get guanciale. This doesn't taste the same with pancetta. You've got to do guanciale. Got to do spaghetti pasta. Has to be done. You just need an egg, one egg. And this is the part where we're not going fully traditional. We're actually going to use Parmesan. This is usually with pecorino. So the kettle's already boiled. So we're going to just throw that in. This is for the pasta. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Might even need some extra water there. So yeah, this is a good one for when you just want to treat yourself and just have a nice meal in. Doesn't always have to be perfect macros. I think that's always a problem with eating, is a lot of times people will just eat on a boring meal plan and not really have a life. So for me, for us, we actually really like this meal. So make sure you salt your pasta water, because this is actually also going to add to your sauce. So I've made the mistake of salting that too much. Just be aware of that. Last time I did a show, I had a shitty knife. We actually bought one. This is 15 quid from John Lewis. You definitely need a good knife, especially with guanciale. It's quite tough, so you definitely want a good knife. I mean, this isn't amazing, but it's much better than the shit I was using. So definitely want to mess around with that. So you might be a little different to me, but for me personally, I like to keep quite a lot of the cap, they call it. That peppery cap. So you can see there's two sides of this. You got the peppery side, and then you got the skin side, right? Skin side and the peppery side. So I take off all the skin. I'm only going to use half of this. This is actually at least two portions for us, so we can have this for another dinner. So you see how easy this cuts? Right there. There it is. So this is where all the flavor is. This is the fat, and that's actually what's going to be the base of the sauce, is when that cooks down. And again, I don't cook it traditionally. I actually like to make it nice and crispy. So we're gonna do, just take the skin all the way down. Like so. Again, doesn't have to be super professional, but this is not one for the scissors. You have to use a knife, and ideally a sharp knife. And we're gonna maybe quarter this a little bit. There we go. Just like so. Pasta water is going. So yeah, this is something that I've been practicing quite a lot. This technique of making the sauce is actually quite difficult. So it takes a couple times to really get this dish down. You can see that beautiful fat right there. But we've practiced it quite a lot recently. We try to maybe have this twice, because obviously this is 2 portions. So we normally have this like twice a week. It's a really nice, and it's cheap. Guanciale is cheap. Right, so this whole thing, see, it was like 10 quid, right? You're gonna pay like 20 quid for guanciale or carbonara. So when it comes to the heat, I'm gonna put this on 7, not full blast, because you're trying to really render the fat. So for that reason, throw that in. A little bit more pasta water. So that was looking a bit low. Especially when you do spaghetti, it's a little bit long, so you probably want a bigger pot. But this tastes so good. We love it. Don't we, precious? Yes, we love it. So this is where the magic happens, because this isn't traditional. This is kind of where we really let this get quite crispy, which is a little bit obviously not traditional, but tastes awesome. So that's where we're going with that. Pasta water. Wonder if I might need a little bit more. Might be enough. So when it comes to the pasta, I'm just going to do half of this pack. Is usually about enough for us. So again, I'm just eyeballing this. This isn't one for like counting your macros kind of day. Just kind of size up, get out there. Roughly about half this pack. There we are. So little twist, drop it in. Start to hear the pancetta sizzling a little bit. Maybe just take it up a little bit. Not fully to 9, but let's see if 8. Get it charged up a little bit. And this is the skill to this dish, because it is literally like 3 or 4 ingredients. It's all about patience. So this guanciale, will wrap it up and use the rest of it for another meal. Just 1 egg, like so. Gonna throw a little bit of Parmesan into this egg. Just keeping an eye on that pancetta. Don't want to let that burn. A little bit of Parmesan into this egg. Oh yeah. It's crisping up a little fast for me. Might even have to turn the humidor on. Apologies. Definitely don't want to get the smoke alarm going. What do I need? Little fork. So there's just an egg with some Parmesan in here, right? So just a little whisk that up. So this is actually the base of the sauce and pasta water. And it's the guanciale fat. That's what actually makes the sauce. There is no cream in carbonara, okay? So I know this isn't pecorino or whatever the fully Italianos, right? But this is close enough. The real thing is the guanciale. That's what we want. This right here is coming on. You can see fat is starting to go. Translucent, you can see that's going on there. Let's take that pasta up. So this is going to take about 8 minutes, so I might put my timer for that. 8-10 minutes. So a little bit of a hack: if you've got a diving watch, if you need to set it, you can actually just set it to like 8 minutes. When the minute hand gets to the top, that's roughly going to be about time. So diving watches are good in the kitchen. So good tool watch, good way to use your diver. But I also sometimes just go on feel. I'll just have a look at it, and I might even grab some out, give it a wiggle. You really want to make sure you catch pasta al dente. You don't want it to go over. That's a big thing about pasta. You want it to be right there on the spot. So again, you can see this guanciale is crisping up. You can see there's quite a lot of fat rendering. That's kind of where we're at. That's what we want. So it's all about a waiting game. It's about being patient. Want to make sure this is nice and crispy. Might even throw a little bit more pepper on the guanciale. Oh yeah. Yeah. The best way is to get a pestle and mortar and sieve out and get all that fiery goodness, but this is a Road Warriors version of carbonara that still tastes fucking good, so don't hate on that. While this is all going on, do a little bit of cleaning up, because that's always good. Keep a clean kitchen, so I might just wrap up this guanciale. That's also the secret to cooking sometimes, is while stuff is kind of happening, but you don't need to like be over it 24/7. You want to be doing other things to kind of clean up, so when you're done, you actually don't have to do much work in the kitchen afterwards. No one wants to clean up on a full stomach, so put the pasta away. Oh, that is crisping up nicely. Oh yeah. And in the bin. Yes. For all you guys out there, being able to cook dishes like this keeps your woman very happy. So if you don't know how to cook, try and learn simple dishes like this. Women love this, right? And it's fucking cheap. This meal all in all is like 15 quid at best. So doing stuff like this is a life skill. You probably should learn how to cook basic dishes like this. It's cheap, it's romantic, it keeps everyone happy, tastes amazing. And did I say it was cheap? It's fucking cheap. So when you're on a budget, you know, life is hard, you know, the simple pleasures. So really heavily recommend learning basic dishes like this. Women love you being good in the kitchen, so definitely want to make sure you do this. It's not just me showing off. This is a life skill. You need to have a couple of these in your arsenal. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Zoom in on this pan right here. Don't get spat at, but this right here, this is where all the magic is. The amount of fat that is in this pan, you cannot replicate this with pancetta. And we actually tried a couple days ago, right? Pancetta does not, it doesn't create this same amount of fat in the pan, and that is the secret to how fucking good this sauce tastes. Bit of pasta water, the egg, and a little bit of cheese, but it's the fat that is the king of this dish, and guanciale is just second to none. It's just the best. And again, I like to crisp this up. You don't have to. I think it's amazing. We really love it as a little bit more crispy. You don't have to have it this crispy, that's fine. You can see the timer. We've got maybe a couple more minutes left. When it hits, I'll be close to 8-10 minutes. So we'll just have a little monitor, move this around a little bit. Oh yeah, it's definitely on its way. Might even have a little nibble, see. I can just feel that's not ready. There's a couple of ways you can feel if pasta's ready. Even just holding it feels a bit hard to the touch. In the middle as well, you can feel that it's got too much bite. Almost feels plasticky. That's the kind of texture it feels when pasta's a bit too hard. I actually think this guanciale is right where we need it. So this is the other skill to this dish is the guanciale needs to be done, and it kind of needs to cool down a little bit. So when the egg and the pasta water and the pasta goes in here, this is not cooking. This just is at temperature. It just starts to cool down, because what you don't want to have is scrambled eggs. So the technique of moving the pasta water with the egg, that's where the real skill lies. So yeah, a nice big spoon to dish out the pasta water is what that's for. And now we wait for the pasta. Not too long now. See, this is so quick. This meal is a 15-20 minute meal. It's really not that hard. The hard bit is coming up. Anything you think I should add to that, babes? Anything I should say?
No, I think you covered it. Well, I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not a very good cook.
Yes. You have been sous chef though.
Yeah,
You
I am
have-
a sous chef.
Sous chef is how I started. So for those of you who don't know, my family, the Raghavans. So my dad taught me badly how to cook. So a lot of the time it's just screaming, shouting, "Here, look at this. Chop the onions. Watch this." So, but it's kind of like the hardcore version of like being a sous chef. So whenever I'm cooking, I always have very fond memories of my dad screaming at me in the kitchen. So, yeah, traumatized memories. But, you know, this kind of stuff stays with you. So, I guess it was, yeah, more Indian kind of food at home. It wasn't anything kind of Italian. I guess my mum preferred Italian meals, but I guess I didn't have that much time cooking at home. I didn't do much of it. My parents were very good at cooking, so. Oh. That's what we want right there. See how the pasta is a little bit more wriggly now? It's got that. See that right there? Perfect. All right, this is the transition. This is where the magic happens, guys. So we're going to put the pasta in first. Let some of that fat dance around with the pasta. So tongs are really, really good at manipulating the pasta and creating the sauce. So, all right, so here's the sexy part. We've got to put a little bit of egg and then some pasta water. There we go, it's kind of creaming up. There we go. So this is raw egg. There we go. That's it, you want to keep swirling it around, get it around the pasta. You can see that creaminess is happening. There it is, we'll put the whole one in there. Just keep an eye on this. Maybe a touch more water, just a hair. Here we go. There it is, that's the cream right there. That's what we're looking for. And that's it. It's the skill of knowing when to put enough water in and see that texture appear. It's almost like creating a painting, getting that right color down. So to plate it, gonna get Precious's portion first. Again, I'm no fancy, trying my best.
it's perfect.
Yes, that portion might be enough. And then obviously I don't want to shortchange her on the guanciale. These guys always roam out to the sides. Oh yeah, these are real crispy. Look at these bad boys. That is crispiness right there. This is what you want. And the other thing about this dish is you want to consume it as fast as your gob can inhale this. This is no joke. It tastes phenomenal, and you definitely want to eat it as quickly as possible. So that looks pretty good. Portion for Precious. Throw a teeny bit more Parmesan on. Again, I know this should be pecorino, I know, but this is what we got. There we go. You can see that. There it is. Like that. And then we'll finish it with some black pepper. There it is. Carbonara. Enjoy. So if you like that show, comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the business. I'm Carl Ragavan. That was Beautiful Strength. And remember, the barbell never lies.